Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Kuhuloyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well and then by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Just a little ride and talk. Hitting the record button. Just been seeing a couple of articles. The beloved Apostle Tahar went into it yesterday. He done a quick little brief on the acceptance into the military. Now, the age range is going up to, I think, 42. Now, I just left a spot. I'm at the plantation right now. You know, to go somewhere, and I went through a security gate, and I always kick it with this guy. He's security at this particular location in this city, and you know, he's ex-military, and he's a younger Jake. You know, he said he's done 6 tours somewhere, but he told me that they had gave him a call yesterday about him basically coming back and re-enlisting into the military. He said he told him no. You know, little young black Jake, or, you know, little so-called black, you know, but he basically, he said, you know, we was talking, we was kicking it, and no one is believing the bullshit that Esau and them is pushing, and it's a lot of division as well, because there was an Edomite that was standing there too while I was, you know, driving through. He was working on the security booth, a door or whatever, screwing some shit in. I didn't even see him at first, but you know, he was doing some work on the security booth, and he kind of chimed in too. And you know, I was just basically like, you know, just, you know, in so many words, you know, I was trying to keep it basic, but I'm like, shit, man, this fucking place is a damn cancer to the planet, man. Nobody want to go and fight for this place, man. And then he mentioned, you know, the Israelites. He's like, yeah, man, they the whole reason as to why this shit is going on, you know. So a lot of these military personnel people, they see what's going on, and it's like, it's just not there, man. And then the way that this guy Trump has caused so much divisiveness or division, and you know, the scriptures talks about how a nation divided cannot stand. And it's too much division here in this place for people to actually say, you know what, this is my country. These people are not patriotic like that. Not no more. You know what I'm saying? You got them old ass baby boomers. They should have raised the age to like 80. Let them old ass men, them old ass white men go in on them canes and roll their asses in there on them wheelchairs in the war. You know? Because this newer generation, they not having it. And then they're not in shape. You know what I'm saying? They're not. And also, this, you know, this guy, he was telling me about how they had, you know, they you know, he was talking about the requirements, and we done lessons on this before, that the requirements to actually join the military is little to nothing now. You used to have to be in a certain shape, you know. You used to you know, you couldn't have felonies. They accepting damn felons and shit now, I think. No drug charges, you know, little shit, whatever, you know. So it's like the things that they used to discriminate against as far as you getting into the military, they're throwing that shit to the side. They're like, hey, all hands on deck, we need men. And you know that no one, and now Trump, you know, this guy, he don't do nothing but lie, because I remember a few months back where he was talking about how the military morale is so up, you know, and that they got all these people joining the military and shit now, you know, since he's been there, the numbers are up. And if that was the case, why are you why are you raising the age range, you know, to 44? Because I think before that it was 35. Your average 25-year-old, hell, your average 15-year-old in this goddamn place is not in shape. 25, 35 people, 44, I think is it 42 or 44, whatever it is. But anyway, there's some people that go to the gym, you know, and there's some Edomites out here that ride these bikes and shit, 20 miles a damn day, do all that mountain climbing and all that shit they be doing. There's some of them in shape like that, but mass majority of your citizens are out of shape. You poison the shit out of them with your food, and then you're gonna go to the military and eat that shit that they be serving there. You spending trillions of dollars on war, and the shit that the military be eating is fucking prison food, which is crazy work, bro. But anyway, I mean, it was just a conversation I was having with him, and then I seen the article. One of them just popped up in my notification. So this is a hot topic with people wondering if they're gonna actually do a draft. Because you got these younger people, they don't want to go to no military, man. They're not patriotic. They don't even know what it's like. They don't even know what it is to be patriotic. They just get their asses up and go about life and don't think about nothing, man. But spending money on having fun. That's it. This newer generation don't have no sense of. They can't afford no houses. They can't afford no families. They can't afford no damn. There's nothing they can really afford. They can barely afford fucking pizza, man. They can barely afford, fucking ramen noodles. So the morale is not there, man. If the people are not with that shit. Bunch of motherfuckers with rainbow colored hair. Piercings all over the fucking place, looking stupid as hell. They don't want no parts of that shit. Peach headsets and got rid of your LGBTQ in there. And then you, Jake, you ought to go off in there. You ought to get the fuck on. What the fuck is you joining this man's military for? And if you in there, you better claim that, you know what I'm saying, for religious reasons, I need my beard. You in here shaving your goddamn face and getting all them looking like you got the mumps/measles on your fucking face after shaving your beard to try and keep this man's look. While he's quoting Bible scriptures, which we know that King David and the men of the Lord, they had beards, man. But this guy telling you can't have a fucking beard in the military. He wants you to be clean shaven like Esau. Now let them shave them hairy ass backs and shoulders, man. Let them get into that. And then you got some Jake, they just so damn stupid, but they rely on this man. That's why that scripture talks about woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Cause see, Jake, he'll feel like, well, shit is expensive. Shit, at least if I go to the military, I can have a place to stay. I can, possibly come up on this, come up on that. You know what I'm saying? Shit is free. No, they're gonna send your ass to the front line. That game is over with. All that you being able to go in there and get all these benefits supposedly, that game is over with. They're gonna send your ass to the front lines, man. You think you about to be able to run away from these people? And then what this guy was telling me too at the security booth, he was saying that I'm not sure, I guess we can fact check it, but something to the extent of Trump talking about if you don't join, or if you don't, I guess if they do a draft and you refuse, they're gonna send your ass to El Salvador or some crazy shit. And I don't doubt it. But here you go. You got a man that's never been to war. He has drafted. He has dodged a draft. Even his father. I just seen a short when they talking about his grandfather, which is a fucking immigrant. You know what I'm saying? That came here. He ran from Germany to not join the military. Came here, made his little fortune, passed it on down to his son, Fred, which is Trump's dad. None of them never. He ain't got a family member that's ever been in war, but he's the commander-in-chief of the military of the United States of America, talking to you about a damn draft. And his son, you think, why isn't his son Barron not in a cadet type of school? Why is he going to college or whatever to learn business? No, you should be going to West Point or some shit, or whatever these schools they got for you motherfuckers that's going into the. He should be in the military. None of his sons, Donald Jr., none of these motherfuckers never been in the military, but yet the commander-in-chief, which that shit is an oxymoron in itself. A motherfucker that's never commanded anything, has never been a chief over no army ever. Now all of a sudden, he's the president over being called a commander-in-chief. With no skill whatsoever when it comes, and he's not listening to his advisors. You got advisors telling you that the shit that you're doing is stupid as hell, but he won't listen. And you know, America's prideful, man. They gonna double down on the bullshit. You're talking about putting boots on the ground. Then you lying about the war's over with. Oh, well, yeah, we've already handled the business. It's already done. They want to talk peace talk. And then these people saying, no, we ain't said nothing like that. This nigga lying. Every day you just seeing his lies being exposed and shit. Nobody is doing nothing about it, bro. And I don't see any of these prideful ass Edomites that I work with talking shit no more neither. Because they was talking big shit. All of them had the little American flags and shit at their cubicles. I don't hear none of them talking nothing now. Old ass Edomite I work with and shit, he ain't saying nothing now. He ain't saying nothing now. I ain't heard him say nothing. He don't want to discuss nothing about what's going on right now. The last thing he told me, or the last conversation we had was, yeah, I think Israel is running our country. Yeah, Israel running your fucking country, doofy. Huge Trump supporter. I'm talking about, boy, you talking about chest out, heads up, shoulders back, prideful as hell when Trump first won. Motherfuckers playing God Bless America all loud and shit in the building. Laughing, giggling. Just prideful as hell. Now them frowns, them smiles done turned into frowns, man. And I love it. Because I was kicking it with the dude at the security booth and the other, you know, the Edomite. Well, he appeared to be an Edomite. He could have been a Jake. You know, fixing on the door and shit. He said a little something, but you know, shit, I straight let him know, hey, look, man, don't put no hopes into this place. This place is gonna be demolished. And that may seem unbelievable. And that is unbelievable to these Americans. They can't fathom this place not being around. They think that this shit is just gonna last forever. No, the Lord got a timestamp for this motherfucker, man. This place gotta go. And that's what I was telling the guy at the booth. I'm like, man, shit, if this place lasts, you know, if this place continue to survive or continue to rule or go on, nothing will survive. Nothing, bro. This man has killed off everything. This place is really in a death spiral, man. It's spiraling. It's just daily you get up. It's just you just breathing oppression. It's done, man. People don't have that attitude of living, so to speak, you know. It's just, you know, motherfuckers is just, you know, existing. You're not, yeah, because we're not living. We've never been able to live in this man's society or his kingdom, man. Living the hell out of here, man. All we do is get up, go to work. These motherfuckers, extract taxes from our asses weekly, bi-weekly, monthly if your ass got a monthly type pay job, which is stupid as hell. He has the technology to pay you every day. But yet and still, he holds on to your money, make interest off of your money, and then he pays you a portion of what he made off of your money to you when you finally do get paid. And then once you finally get paid, everything else is taxed. When you really think about it, if a motherfucker was to pay you every day, like how the scriptures says, he's so damn Christian. The scripture says you're supposed to pay a person, you're not supposed to let the sun go down without giving that man his pay. He done worked a day for you. It's not like they don't have the technology. But you would think that he would think smart enough. If everybody was getting paid every day, you know how much the economy would boom? Because people will have their money to spend. You know, you can get more things done instead of waiting for a week, waiting 2 weeks to get a pay. Well, that shit is crazy, bro. And then motherfucker paying you minimum wage and holding your money at the same time. Like, damn, if you gonna give a motherfucker minimum wage, at least go ahead and give him his pay that day. This man is stupid, man. He's backwards as hell. And he's gotta go. But that raising that age limit to 42, I think it is, or 44, whatever it is, that lets you know how desperate Esau is, and that's letting you know the morale of this place, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You, Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, hey, we're witnessing the fall of our enemy. We're praying for the fall of our enemy. What are you praying God bless America for? You got niggas, man, love this. They love this place. Motherfuckers trying to make a career. I was kicking it with this other dude that, you know, he a younger Jake too. Kind of be talking about sports here and there. You know, I'm kind of waiting on him to do something that I needed or whatever. And, you know, we just kind of conversation. I'm like, yeah, what you got up for the summer, man? You know, just small talk. Like, yeah, I got this. We got, you know, I'm, you know, trying to put this music out. Said he had a band and he was a drummer. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, the shit that be on Jake's mind, it just doesn't coincide whatsoever with the scriptures, man. These people really, like, you about to, a band, nigga? Do you see what's going on in the world? And he's that military age, too. He's in that draft age. Like, nigga, no, they about to swoop up on you. You're gonna be a drummer in the motherfucking, Trump's military parade? No, they about to come down on you, bruh. Ain't gonna be no yeah, we got music on such and so. I didn't even get into, you know, what kind of band it even was. As soon as he said that shit, it just surprised me, really, because he didn't look like the type. But you know, you got the office people. They could, you know, everybody got a dream. You know, they go to work, they sit in their cubicles, but they want to be something else. You know, I want to be a rock star, whatever the case may be. But I'm thinking, like, dude, this place is not about to carry on for you to be a musician, bro. All you gonna hear is that military morning song. That's it. That's it, man. So I'm pretty much about at my destination. I seen that, hey, Jake, man, let Esau go and fight his own wars, man, because he stole this place. Let him go fight. You think that motherfucker, they shouldn't have no problems. They shouldn't have to draft anyone. The military should be full of white people, so-called white men and women. With all that feminism and free rights shit, let them fight their own wars, man. Because you're going to be fighting against the Lord overall. That's what it is. Because that third war was that Revelation 11 and 14. Hey, that third war was coming quickly. It's pretty much, it's already a done deal. Here you go. This man is ready to microchip the population, the global population. And a nigga talking about a band. Putting out music. Niggas still trying to be rappers and shit, bro. And they about to start snatching you little YNs up, man. They gonna throw y'all that. You want to be so gangster? Go join that military. You about, you know, shooting up the block, nigga. Go do something real. Make it worth it for these Edomites, man. Go for it. So, you know, hey, I'm gonna end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying, but hey, look, this place is done. All these little freedoms that you've had, all that shit is done. Your constitution is done. Your freedom of speech is done. You got a foreign nation running your nation. You're done. This place is cooked, man. So with that, shalom. Continue on praying for the downfall of this place, because this is what's happening, man. Our prayers are not going unanswered, bro. Our prayers are not going unanswered. This is proof right here. When they got to raise the age limit to 44. I don't know. I keep saying 44. I think it's 42. Either way, for them to be raising the age limit that high, you know what I'm saying? That lets you know that the morale is shitty here. Because these helicopter moms, they don't want they're not letting their sons go into this military. They don't want their sons going into this military. Now, once they turn 18, they can make their own decision. But there was a point where, you know, you can be 17 and with your parents' permission, you can go ahead and enroll. You know what I'm saying? But no, these so-called white people, man, they don't want nothing to do with that shit. Especially these Edomite women, because they know what's going on, and they're hating on the Edomite man, because the Edomite woman, she's standing up more than the so-called Edomite man is, man. All for her children. She don't want her sons going to war, because they know that they're not coming back. They understand it. And then they understand that it's some bullshit. That's the reason why they going. Which is crazy, man. They understand that shit. They know. You just got, you know, these news stations, these news networks are not telling the real truth. You go and do a public opinion, you go and survey some people yourself, you're gonna see people not with this shit. But if you're looking at the news, you'll think that they are. Anyway, with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Shala and the Bible Ball.